Why, hello, and welcome to another episode of First Chances with Chance. And I'm sure all of you guys have heard of burnout. So that's what we're talking about in today's episode. So I've definitely been burnt out many times, and it's definitely led to me not being motivated and to do really anything, and it sucks, especially with if you're like it when I'm in school. It really sucks then, even more, because I definitely don't feel like motivated, and then I end up getting ends up leading into depression, and yeah, it really does suck. So I've been I have been diagnosed with ADHD, OCD, and anxiety, but that, yes, it might play a role in how I get burnt out and everything, but I've definitely found ways around, of getting out of depression. So, for me, burnout leads into depression. They're intertwined with one another. I'm not saying I'm depressed, but there have been times recently that I've been burnt out, especially with working on like multiple projects at once. Like the book I'm trying to work on, I'm trying to think of ways to bring about my bring the whole business back, and yeah, which really I don't know when that's going to be back, because I also have to order all of the parts for it. I have to go collect the ingredients, and I also have to collect, like, figure out how I'm gonna get it on to a website. So yeah, and then the whole shipping thing with the parents being home is rough. So yeah, but I'm still trying to figure that out. I did just recently make a checking account, which I don't know. This late in my age, it's why wouldn't you have had it already? Parents, I tell you, parents, and my parents are toxic. So my mom still has access to my savings account. So yeah, but the first time that I would have been burnt out would have been in high school, because I was juggling a bunch of extracurriculars. I was working. There was just a bunch going on at that time that I was in Science Honor Society, National Honor Society, Florida Future Educators of America. I was in SECME, which is a science club. I was also working at that time. So and FFEA, well, Florida Future Educators of America, which is FFEA, Science Honor Society, and SECME were all on Thursday, so I literally had to leave one, go to the next, and then leave that one, go to the next, and still find time to be able to do it all. And then there'd be times that I'd be called in to work. There'd be times I literally would have to choose which club to go to. Yes, it was a requirement for me to go to the Science Honor Society meetings, so I'd go there, and then either go to FFEA, depending on what's going on, or go to National Honor, not National Honor Society. I would go have to choose to go to SECME, because there would be times that we'd have a meeting and everything, and I wouldn't be able to go, or I had to choose between one of them, and it was really rough for me because I had a lot going on. I also, at that time, there'd be times that I also had the meeting with one of the Pathfinder scholarship that I was telling you about, and the interview the interview episode. I had that going on sometimes as well, which took place then. So I was also trying to figure out like which college to go to, how I was going to be able to afford all of that. And yeah, like I did get accepted to Lynn University, which is in Florida, yes. But like about a semester or a year is 50 grand, and I'm like, there's no way I'm paying that, and there's no way I'm taking out loans. So yeah, I'm going to a state college and being able to afford that because I work enough. Um, so I definitely was like the state college definitely wasn't the first choice, but I definitely was glad that I chose it because it's definitely an affordable option, and honestly it's a better option for me because I'm able to afford it, and there was again no way that I was going to take out student loans for college. So yeah. Just ignore the birds in the background if you guys can hear them because they are annoying, and I'm obviously filming outside. Just because the house is being remodeled and all of that stuff. So, and I don't pay for a studio because that is like a grand, like a month, I think, or it's like space to be able to film because that is again like a grand a month, and I'm not doing that. Even when I tried doing the photo shoot there, it was $45. Speaking of photo shoots, I definitely need to start doing more. But again, mothers and toxicity in the family. Like, she is another reason why I've been feeling burnt out because I haven't been able to really do anything. Like, yeah, it's not necessarily like, why would you be getting burnt out because you're not doing anything? It's more the fact that I haven't been able to do anything or really film anything that I want, or really like with me, I want to try to express myself more, and it doesn't help with the whole thing of me. Like I want to, like I dress how I dress, but and she always constantly judges. Like I know that that's how it's gonna be. Why does the fucking plane have to go over when I'm trying to film? Like really? I'm sick and tired of this shit. Yes, this is a new cup. It's a Starbucks cup. It's one of the new studded ones with the summer collection. And yes, I'm definitely feeling a lot better than the past couple weeks, so that is a plus. Obviously, I sound a lot better too. I'm ready for next week because I'm wanting to do a mukbang next week for next month. Well, it's gonna be next week. It's gonna be part of this month, but whatever. And then I also am doing karaoke at the local kava bar, and I'm dressing with like doing thigh highs and a hoodie, kind of like Ariana Grande, because I want to do some Ariana Grande songs. And then I definitely am doing trivia night, which next week is music part 2. So that should be fun. Next week as in the week that this is going up, yes. So I will be busy, a busy bee. Which is honestly what I like being. Like I like being busy, but then like with everything going on, I get very burnt out easily because of all the stress at home and everybody constantly putting pressure on me. So by the way, this will be a short episode, and I'm going to go ahead and take a break possibly, and if you guys like this, I've been liking this podcast and have been listening to it on Apple Podcasts, please be sure to rate it and leave a comment. Well, not a comment, but like a rating for the podcast because it really does help the podcast be seen with it being the almost 30th episode. It is definitely a time for this podcast to be noticed. Like, it has been noticed a little bit, but not as much as I would like it. So, guys, if you are listening to this on Apple Podcasts, please be sure to rate it. And if you're able, I don't know if you're able to rate it on Spotify, but if you guys are listening to it on Spotify, please be sure to rate it on Spotify. But let's go ahead and take a break. That way we could put an ad, and we'll be right back with some more stuff about burnout and depression. So, yeah. So, I am back, and I would honestly say that I constantly was getting, like, when I was taking like full course loads of school and then also working, I was definitely getting burnt out, especially with trying to stay consistent with filming and all of that. Like, it was rough. And then now I've started a podcast, so podcast filming and work and possibly working on a book, and then, well, I am working on a book, and then also staying consistent with school. Well, let me rephrase that, because I completely lost track of what I said. So, podcasting, consistent filming, school, work, and working on the book, it all does become a lot. Like, recently I did begin to feel burnt out, which I definitely stopped working on the book for a little bit. I'll probably work on it some more today because it is Friday and it's the middle of the week. So, yeah. And it's the summer right now, so I'm not really taking any classes, so that is a plus. It doesn't help that with the environment at home, so yeah. But definitely wanting to work on that book more. Maybe after I take a break from after filming, and then I will definitely go and work on the book. Definitely need to eat. That's another thing. When I'm burnt out, I also do forget to eat. But then, of course, I get stressed and don't even sleep. So, yeah, it is hard on the body. But enough about me. Let's go ahead and pull up an article. Yes, this will be a short episode, possibly. So, let's see. A guide to burnout. Overview. Burnout is a state of mental and physical exhaustion that can zap the joy out of your career, friendships, and family interactions. Continual exposure to stressful situations like caring for an ill family member, working long hours, or witnessing upsetting news related to politics and school safety can lead to this stress condition. Burnout, however, isn't always easy to spot. With that in mind, we've put together a guide to help you identify the signs of burnout, as well as ways to prevent it. Interested in helping friends, family members, or coworkers who may be experiencing this stressful state? We've also included a list of our favorite burnout intervention tips and tricks. What is burnout? Coined by the psychologist Herbert Freudenberger in the 1970s, burnout describes a severe stress condition that leads to severe physical, mental, and emotional exhaustion. Much worse than ordinary fatigue, burnout makes it challenging for people to cope with stress and handle day-to-day responsibilities. People experiencing burnout often feel like they have nothing left to give or may dread getting out of bed each morning, which also is a condition related to depression, getting out of bed. So now I'm questioning it. Was I just burnt out, or was I depressed? Possibly both. Who knows? They may even adopt a pessimistic outlook toward life and feel hopeless. Burnout doesn't go away on its own, and if left untreated, it can lead to serious physical and psychological illnesses like depression. What did I say? They're intertwined. Heart disease and diabetes. Who gets burnt out? Anyone who's continually exposed to high levels of stress can experience burnout. Helping professionals such as first responders, doctors, and nurses are especially vulnerable to this health condition. Along with career induced burnout, people caring for children can also have this type of extreme exhaustion. A recent study found that just like doctors and business executives, mothers and fathers can also burn out. Personality characteristics like needing to be in control, perfectionism, and being type A can also increase your risk of burnout. Imagine that. What are signs of burnout? Signs of burnout include exhaustion, isolation, escape fantasies, irritability, and frequent illness. Worried that you may be experiencing burnout but unsure of the signs, we've compiled a list of symptoms that you can use as a guide. Exhaustion, feeling physically and emotionally depleted. Physical symptoms may include headaches, stomach aches, and appetite or sleeping changes. Isolation, people with burnout tend to feel overwhelmed. As a result, they may stop socializing and confiding in friends, family members, and co-workers. Escape fantasies, dissatisfied with the never-ending demands of their jobs, people with burnout may fantasize about running away or going on a solo vacation. In extreme cases, they may turn to drugs, alcohol, or food as a way to numb their emotional pain. Irritability, burnout can cause people to lose their cool with friends, coworkers, and family members more easily. Coping with normal stressors like preparing for a work meeting, driving kids to school, and tending to household tasks also may start to feel insurmountable, especially when things don't go as planned. Frequent illnesses, burnout, like other long term stress, can lower your immune system, making you more susceptible to colds and the flu and insomnia. Burnout can lead to mental health concerns like depression and anxiety. Imagine that. 12 stages of burnout. The 12 stages of burnout: excessive drive or ambition, pushing yourself to work harder, neglecting personal care and needs, displacement of conflict, no time for non-work related needs, denial, withdrawal, behavioral changes, depersonalization, inner emptiness, depression, mental or physical exhaustion or collapse. Unlike a cold or the flu, burnout doesn't hit all at once. Psychologists Herbert Freudenberger and Gail North have outlined the 12 phases of this stress syndrome. Excessive drive or ambition, common for people starting a new job or undertaking a novel task. Too much ambition can lead to burnout. Pushing yourself to work harder. Ambition pushes you to work harder. Neglecting your own needs, you begin to sacrifice self-care like sleep, exercise, and eating well. Displacement of conflict, instead of acknowledging that you're pushing yourself to the max, you blame your boss, the demands of your job, or colleagues for your troubles. No time for non-work related needs. Your values are revised. Work becomes the sole focus at the expense of family, friends, and hobbies, which now seem irrelevant. Denial, impatience with those around you mounts. Instead of taking responsibility for your behaviors, you blame others, seeing them as incompetent, lazy, and overbearing. Withdrawal. You begin to withdraw from family and friends. You lack direction and are cynical. Social innovations or invitations to parties, movies, and dinner dates start to feel burdensome instead of enjoyable. Behavioral changes. Those on the road to burnout may become more aggressive and snap at loved ones for no reason. Depersonalization, feeling detached from your life and your ability to control your life. Inner emptiness or anxiety, feeling empty or anxious, you may turn to thrill-seeking behaviors to cope with this emotion, such as substance use, gambling, or overeating. Depression, life loses its meaning and you begin to feel hopeless. Mental or physical collapse, this can impact your ability to cope. Mental health or medical attention may be necessary. How to prevent burnout. Stress may be unavoided, but burnout is preventable. Following these steps may help you thwart stress from getting the best of you. Exercise. Not only is exercise good for your physical health, but it can also give us an emotional boost. Stretch for a time. You don't need to spend hours at the gym or reap these benefits. Mini workouts and short walks are convenient ways to make exercise a daily habit. Eat a balanced diet. Eating a healthy diet filled with omega-3 fatty acids can be a natural antidepressant. Adding foods rich in omega-3s like flaxseed oil, walnuts, and fish can help give your mood a boost. So we're going to go ahead and take a break right here. Again, if you guys are listening on Apple Podcasts, please be sure to rate and let me know how you guys are liking the podcast so far. I know I'm almost on the 30th episode, so hopefully you guys have been staying tuned from the beginning, or if you guys haven't, make sure you guys go back to the beginning and listen to those episodes as well. I know it was very iffy with me when I first started, but now I've got the gist of it for the most part. So yeah, we'll go ahead and take a break, and then I will be right back to finish the article. So I am back. So what are we waiting for? Let's go ahead and finish the article, or at least try to. I don't know how long this article is. So another way to to prevent burnout is practice good sleep habits. Our bodies need time to rest and reset, which is why healthy sleep habits are essential for our well-being, which I probably do not have because I go to sleep at 12 o'clock, sometimes 1 o'clock, and then wake up at 10. So yeah, not a healthy sleep habit. According to the National Sleep Foundation, avoiding caffeine before bedtime, establishing a relaxing bedtime ritual, and banning smartphones from the bedroom can help promote sound sleep hygiene. I'm literally watching TV and on my phone right before bed, so that is a negative. Ask for help. During stressful times, it's important to reach out for help. If asking for assistance feels difficult, consider developing a self-care check-in with close friends and family members so that you can take care of each other during trying times. How to help friends or family members? How can you help someone experiencing burnout? While you can't take away someone's stress, offering support can help lighten their emotional load. Listen before jumping into fixing mode. Offer to listen to your friend or family member's difficulties. Having someone to talk to can make a world of difference. Often people need someone to witness their stress and suffering, and listening can go a long way. Validate feelings and concerns. When friends and family members are feeling the effects of burnout, saying, "It doesn't sound that bad," or "I'm sure things will get better," while meant to offer reassurance, can feel invalidating if someone is really feeling low and hopeless. Instead, offer validation by saying, "You've been working so hard. I can understand why you feel depleted." Sometimes I just need that. I'm gonna take a quick drink break. Offer specific types of help. Individuals who are burnt out are often too tired to think of ways that others can help them. Instead of asking, "How can I help?" offer to drop off a meal, pick up dry cleaning, or do a load of laundry. Kind gestures, sending flowers or a thoughtful text message or a written card can remind friends and family members that they're not alone. Because they're often working long hours, people with burnout can feel lonely and underappreciated, but small gestures of kindness can be nurturing. Research resources. If friends or family members need additional support like childcare, a house cleaner, or a psychotherapist, offer to research and crowdsource for specific resources to help ease the stress. Takeaway: being exposed to continual stress can cause us to burn out. Feelings of exhaustion, anxiety, and isolating from friends and family members can be some of the signs. However, eating a balanced diet, regular exercise, and getting a good night's sleep may prevent this stressed state. Worried about friends and family members who may be burnt out, listening to their concerns, validating their emotions, and offering specific types of support can help lighten the load. Burnout can be avoided by making self-care part of your daily routine, even if you're working long hours, studying for exams, or taking care of young children. Remember to sprinkle some joy into each day. Try going for a walk, talking to a friend, or watching an enjoyable program on television. Small self-care gestures like these can stop stress from turning into something more serious like burnout. So that is it for the article, and that is it for this episode. So if you guys have any burnout experiences or want to comment about burnout, you could always text 561-320-7085. Well, text or leave a voicemail to 561-320-7085. DM First Chances with Chance on Instagram. Or if you guys are watching the podcast on YouTube, just comment down below. Again, text or leave a voicemail to 561-320-7085 with your experiences, which is also greatly appreciated because I'm wanting to gather all of your guys' stories into a single podcast episode. Well, a lot of you guys' stories into a single podcast episode. So, greatly appreciated. You guys can DM First Chances with Chance on Instagram. Or, if you guys are watching the podcast episode on YouTube, just comment down below. I know this was a short episode, but some of these episodes are going to still be short. So, yeah. Bye, guys. Love you.